Now at 6, Oklahoma's governor signs a new bill into law that increases sentence length for accessory to murder. Plus, the community of Quapaw turns out for a day of recognition for missing or murdered Indigenous persons. And a local mother speaks out after the sentencing of 2 people connected to her son's death. Now she's fighting to prevent other families from experiencing the same heartbreak.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt signs Laura and Ashley's law, strengthening sentencing requirements for certain crimes in the Sooner State. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Beginning on November 1st, crimes of accessory to murder in the first degree and accessory to murder in the second degree will be added to the list of felony offenses requiring criminals to serve at least 85% of their sentence. The law is named after 2 girls, Laura Bible and Ashley Freeman, who went missing in December of 1999. Ashley's parents were found murdered in their burned home. Decades later, the cold case finally centered on 3 suspects, but 2 of them had already died. The third suspect, Ronnie Busick, eventually agreed to a plea deal in 2020, pleading guilty to accessory to murder, kidnapping, and arson. However, in 2023, Busick was released early from prison due to good behavior. Going forward, Laura and Ashley's law ensures those who aid in such heinous crimes face stricter consequences, something Laura's mother, Lorene, pushed for years.
Yes, Ronnie Busick was let out. He was 17 miles from my house, walking around doing what he wanted to do. But I wasn't supposed to go bother him. He has rights. What about my daughter's rights? What about Ashley's rights?
Lorene Bible worked with State Representative Steve Bayshore to file the bill. She's been a part of the investigation since day one and still hopes to one day find the bodies of both her daughter and Ashley Freeman. Quapaw community members today participated in a walk in recognition of missing or murdered Indigenous persons. KOAM's Lonnie Walton spoke to some of the participants.
Murder. They say their family members may be gone, but their feelings for them aren't.
She's somewhere around Pitcher. She's in one of those mine shafts.
Maureen Bible lost her daughter nearly 25 years ago. She does believe she's dead, but she still can't find closure.
2012, they declared Ashley legally dead, or family dead. I said, until I find Laura's body, she's not.
And the pain goes on. Minnie Hawk says she lost 2 granddaughters to murder 7 years ago, one 16, one 17. But Hawk considers herself lucky.
Found them. We was able to bring them home, and the family was able to know and have closure. We were able to say our goodbyes and send them home the way we were taught.
Officer Charles Addison says this happens a lot in the Quapaw community. He says, but there's still hope for people like Bible.
Yeah, don't give up if you got someone missing. We do find people that's been missing for years. We do find them living, still alive, living somewhere across the country. And, unfortunately, sometimes we find people that's not alive.
Officer Addington says there's only one way to solve these problems.
If you have information, be sure and share that with the local law enforcement agency that's working that case, because that one piece of information that you might have may be the key to solving that case.
Both Hawk and Bible say there's only one thing that gets them through these hard times.
You got to have a lot of faith, believe in God that there's a reason for this.
Both victims I spoke to today say they're going to continue to fight for their loved ones even after they're gone. Reporting in Quapaw, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
The families we spoke to say they're extremely humbled by the number of people who came out to support them. A recent sentencing in southeast Kansas comes as drug overdose rates are on the rise in Kansas. Samantha Walker spoke to the mother of an overdose victim. She joins us in the studio now with more.
Dow, according to the Kansas Department of Health and Environment, more than 700 people lost their lives to a drug overdose in 2022, with more than 67% of those deaths attributed to opioids such as fentanyl. This week, 2 people were sentenced for their roles distributing fentanyl, which resulted in the death of a Frontenac teen. Cooper Campiti was 18 years old when he died of a fentanyl overdose in April 2023. Cooper's family has been sharing their story about the dangers of the opioid, speaking at schools and town halls across the 4 states. They say awareness is important to help prevent more tragedies like this in Crawford County.
what you're getting yourself into when you take something from the street that's not coming from a prescribed pill jar from a pharmacy and from your doctor. It can be in anything. Yeah. You never know. You never know. Cooper took half a pill.
The Crawford County attorney indicated in a release that fentanyl cases are increasing in the county. They say their office will continue to prosecute these cases in an effort to combat the distribution of the opioid in Crawford County. In the studio, Samantha Walker.
All right, Samantha, thanks so much. We've enjoyed some pretty nice weather for a while now, but it looks like that's going to change before long. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Yeah, we've had a chance to dry out across the region over the past few days, but light showers have been working in over the past couple hours, kind of dying as they push off toward the north and to the east, but still some light showers along and south of that I-44 corridor. Through the evening and the overnight hours, these are going to be very hit and miss across the region. Let me take you through time. We're going to stop about midnight, still periods of light showers, kind of picking up a little bit in coverage and intensity by the time we get into Wednesday morning. Hit and miss light showers, kind of a nuisance as we go through the morning hours on Wednesday. And then once we get into the afternoon, could get some beefier little thunderstorms trying to push in. Let's go outside right now at 62 in Joplin, 70 in Pittsburgh. Through the evening, hit and miss light showers, temperatures dropping back near 60 degrees. We'll talk more about the rain here in just a bit.
All right, catch you then. Drivers on K7 might find their trips delayed due to a road improvement project. Details coming up. And residents of one Missouri neighborhood find frustration and confusion by the appearance of half a car. Here's an odd story for you. The rear portion of a car was left in a St. Louis neighborhood. As Nathan Vickers reports, the cars left residents confused and a little frustrated.
At this point, it's not really a car anymore.
I'd be careful in there touching around. There's glass, everything up in there.
Treasure Parsons and her neighbors find it perplexing to have a hunk of metal on wheels just sitting on the curb.
I don't know why it's there, how it got dropped off. It's kind of like mysterious. No one really knows where it came from or how it got there.
We just don't want more junk in the neighborhood.
Neighbors told us this truck had dragged it into an alley on Monday afternoon, leaving them to push it out of the way.
I guess somebody drug it out of the alley because it was blocking the way and just left it right next to my house.
They've also called the Citizens Service Bureau, and the vehicle's tagged for later this week.
It's really unfortunate, especially since our neighbors had to come push it out. It's tagged for it to come be picked up, but it's not being picked up till Friday.
For some, it's a frustrating wait.
The fact that it's been here days is not good. That shouldn't be sitting there for that long.
Could have been sooner, probably. I don't know, are they that busy?
The city confirmed that the vehicle will be picked up on Friday, and this week Mayor Kara Spencer acknowledged issues with the city's tow lot, including a recent audit that exposed an $80,000 cash shortfall in the department in 2023.
I think having a well-oiled machine in our tow department is important to the city. Being able to remove derelict vacant vehicles off our streets is vital to public safety.
And Parsons says improvements are long overdue.
There's abandoned vehicles all over, on the shoulder of the road, in neighborhoods. Hopefully they can make some improvements and, get some help and get on it.
Still no word on exactly how the car got there in the first place. A little bit later, it's tournament time again. John Dales gives us a peek at how the Gorillas and Lions are warming up their bats.
Plus, showers and thunderstorms increasing. We're going to talk about that here and coming up next. Well, not a bad Tuesday for us today. A little bit of sunshine during the morning hours and then cloudy skies, and we've had some light showers kind of working through over the past few hours. We've had a band of showers that had some thunderstorms back to our southwest near Tulsa. These have been falling apart, but we are seeing some light little showers out there, and we will continue to see hit and miss light showers as we go through the evening hours. You can see these from Neosho to Monette. Besides that, most of the bigger storms down through parts of Texas, Louisiana, into central Arkansas, and then look how it all wraps back in to this big area of low pressure out across the Rockies. Very slow movers, what we call a cutoff low. It's cut off from the main flow of the jet, so it's going to take its good old sweet time pushing through as we go through the next couple days. So rain chances spike after midnight, spike again as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Let me walk you through your forecast. Hit and miss light showers. Here's about midnight, and this is going to continue tonight into the morning hours. So starting your day, 6:30 in the morning, hit and miss light showers. As we go through the morning hours, hit and miss light showers. Once again, maybe a little bit heavier in our northern counties. Once we go through the afternoon, some beefier little thunderstorms start to develop. Some of these could be strong. Can't rule out a couple low-grade severe thunderstorms. If we got that, the main threat would be gusty winds and large hail. Here's 6:30 in the evening, working through. Here's 9 p.m., and then the heaviest works out, and then we go back to what we are going to see all day long tomorrow. Hit and miss scattered showers, couple rumbles of thunder. Here's the noon hour on Thursday. Same story, carbon copy, hit and miss showers. Finally working out of here Thursday night, and then we start to dry out as we head into the weekend. How much rain could we get? Well, we got to see where those heavier bands set up. I would say on average, 1/2 inch to 1 inch, but some isolated 1.5 inch mounts across the region. Looks pretty good though. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, Tower Cam downtown. It's cloudy, and we're going to see those light showers. Where we have seen some rain, near 60. Where you haven't, temperatures are near 70 degrees. Through the evening, 60s into the 50s. Again, hit and miss light showers. On your Wednesday, 58 to start, 61 by noon. High temp right around 67 degrees. So here's our storm system, our cutoff low. Look how it kind of pushes over us, sinks to the south, lifts back in as we head into the weekend. So we're going to be on the north side here, and that's going to keep our temperatures in check, meaning at or below normal as we go through the next several days. But 80s, not too far down the road. 67s next few days. Drying out Friday. Weekend looks fantastic. 70s with sunshine. Few showers on Monday. Some thunderstorms. Better severe threat late next week.
Rain during the week makes us appreciate those sunny weekends.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. Still have Missouri Southern and Pitt State softball both get some final practices in ahead of the NCAA tournament. Hear from both the Lions and the Gorillas before they hit the road. That's up next in sports.
Yesterday, Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State softball both hear their names get called for the NCAA tournament. Today, the Lions are getting some final practices in before making their trip down to Southern Arkansas for the regional.
We've worked hard for it all season to just keep going, playing as long as we can. I think it's just fun. This time of the year is fun just to be playing this late in the season.
Finally feel like the work just paid off. It was just a sigh of relief. We knew we were going to get there, but we couldn't wait just to see our name out there.
Camaraderie is top notch. It's a player-led team. They support one another, and they'll go balls to the wall out here on the field for each other, and that's what it takes. And they're all in for each other.
Of course, the Lions aren't our only local team participating in the 2025 NCAA tournament. Pittsburgh State is the 5 seed and will play in the regional quad held at Central Oklahoma. Now, PSU has some experienced players who have been in this position before and know what it takes to win games in the postseason.
It takes grit, and you have to be really tough, and you have to be mentally tough, physically tough, battle tested, and I'm really excited because I think that we really are, and I think that this will be a lot of fun.
Our team bonding, the way that we gel has gotten so much better. We're super comfortable. These are my best friends, and I think they would say the same thing for everyone else on the team. And honestly, that's why we've gotten so much better, is because we just play for each other.
The college baseball season is about a week behind softball, so Pitt State and Missouri Southern baseball, both of them are getting ready for the MIAA tournament, which is scheduled to start tomorrow. The Gorillas have put themselves in a position where a successful conference tournament run could lead to hosting an NCAA regional next week.
Yeah, this is kind of what you play for. You show up in August to have a chance to make it to the conference tournament, to make it to a regional and those things. But, it's exciting to have those opportunities. We've set ourselves up to have a chance. Different format. It'll be interesting to see how this goes, single elimination and everything. So you got to go out and play your best baseball 3 days in a row. If you do that, you got an opportunity to move on.
I mean, it's a pretty cool award, but I just think it's more important just as a team how we've been playing. I think we've had a really special year, and we just want to continue to make history here at Pittsburgh State.
Next guy up, pitch the ball, throw strikes, and play our brand of baseball. So that's what we're looking forward to doing here in the postseason with the new season coming. Anybody can get hot at the right time and get going to carry, so that's what we're looking to do.
You heard Colby Dugan mention earning an award. That's because he gets named MIAA Pitcher of the Year this afternoon. That's in addition to being a first-team All-Conference honoree. He's joined on the first-team All-MIAA with his teammates Maddox Thornton, Dagan Brewer, Alex Rogers, and Drew Bugner. Rogers is on the Gold Glove team as well, along with Ricky Sanchez and a couple of Missouri Southern Lions, Braden Lucart and Drew Townsend. Townsend from Missouri Southern, he's our only local honoree in the second-team All-Conference. Then the third team features 3 more Gorillas, Tanner Leslie, Ricky Sanchez, and Hayden Dyer. 3 more from Southern as well, Ethan Clark, Braden Lucart, and Jacob Phillip. The conference tournament gets started with the first round tomorrow, and it will take place in both Pittsburgh State and Joplin through Saturday. And that last part, that's the difference today. It was supposed to only be in Joplin, then Pitt State now will host some games, so the Gorillas get some home games that they didn't expect they would have.
Good news for the Gorillas,
Yeah.
certainly, and for their fans. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. We're going to have more on the Trump administration's plans to reopen Alcatraz to contain the country's most violent criminals. Plus, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. We're going to check out today's the toys designed to support kids' emotional well-being and promote mental health. And the city of Joplin hosts a public meeting on recycling education. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Hey, a heads up, some drivers on K7 south of Girard, they might see some delays. KDOT has begun a new road improvement project on that stretch of road. Project, which includes a mill and overlay, is to repair damage to the road. While KDOT says to expect delays of up to 15 minutes, a spokesperson asks drivers for patience.
So there's fewer roads to choose from when you're getting around, so be patient with us. We've got that passing lane project going on. 747, there's just an awful lot of work going on in southeast Kansas this time of the year.
The 25.6 mile resurfacing project began last month on K3 and K7 highways in Bourbon and Crawford counties of Kansas. Work on K7 is going to run from the south city limits of Girard south to US 400. Wouldn't be spring in the 4 states if you didn't at least occasionally get some showers, thunderstorms, and it is spring in the 4 states stuff.
Yeah, we are going to have hit and miss light showers as we go through the overnight hours tonight, and really most of tomorrow. We could get a few scattered thunderstorms tomorrow evening, and then showers returning again on Thursday.
Final sports notes.
Pittsburgh High School announces today it has a new boys basketball head coach, Jesse Moss, who comes in after coaching up in the Kansas City area.
We wish Coach Moss the best, for sure. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.